Alright. It's not normal for me to come on here without any brows on, but here I am, whatever. So the first freebie I have got is the Pixi by Petra Brow Powder Palette. And I managed to get this when I was at BeautyCon. Yeah, it was BeautyCon. My brands Peach&Pearl were that we had a stand, and the girls at Pixi and I kind of did a swap. So I gave them some brushes, they gave me some Pixi stuff, and this was one of the items that they gave me. So, and I don't normally use brow powders, I normally use pencils. I've tried using like pomades, like the Anastasia pomade and stuff, and that was cool, but I most definitely prefer pencils. And you see, I like to bring my brow all the way down to my nose, and then using my finger I just erase what I don't want. It's just so I can make it fade. There you go. And the brush that I was using was the Barry M. It's just a very thin angled brush. I prefer it to the brush that they have in this palette, which isn't as thin as this one. Like, this one's really thin, that one's not as thin. As I mentioned, I don't have a free concealer, so I'm going to do my concealer off of camera, like to do my eyes, then I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Next, I am going to be using my NUA eyeshadow palette in Undressed. I got this in a glossy box. What happened was they had partnered up with NUA, and let me start doing my eyeshadow while I'm talking. They had partnered up with NUA 1 month, but the way that it worked was they were giving everybody the opportunity to choose which palette that they wanted, like 2 months prior to the dispatch. So I chose which one that I wanted, and 2 months later I got something different. Didn't realize that I got something different, didn't care that I got something different, because to be honest, I already had an NUA palette before and it wasn't all that, to be fair, so I didn't really have high expectations for this one. And then I think a couple of weeks after that, yes, I hadn't even noticed that it was the wrong one, and a couple of weeks after that they sent out an email saying, oh my gosh, we're so sorry, there was a few of you who received the wrong palette, you didn't get the one that you had chosen, so we're going to send you the correct palette, but don't worry, you can keep the one that you already have. So that was free of charge. I said, okay then, whatever. And I just don't feel keen on this palette at all whatsoever. Even as I'm using this, it's just kind of like, oh, because none of the colours, I don't feel like they really go together, and a lot of them are shimmers. There's not enough matte. Now I'm going to be using my Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation in Honey. I got this from Boots. It's just a small sample. I really like this foundation. I'm not going to use too much. I don't think too much is really required, to be fair. I'm not going too heavy today because it is hot outside. Okay, so again, going in with the MUA palette, I'm going to use it along with my Morphe brush to do my contour. I'm using this brown shade here because I don't have a contour that I got for free. Oh my god, this brush just sheds so much. It's crazy. I'm feeling like I need to retire this brush. Okay, for lips, I've got the Clinique Pop lipstick. They were giving this away when they opened their new store in Covent Garden. What you had to do was literally just turn up. I think you had to register or some business like that, like give them your email address. And this is in Nude Pop. Does this look nude to you? Because to me, this is not nude, but hey. And this would look so much better if I had a lip liner. I don't have a free lip liner. Never mind. But this just doesn't look nude to me. I just think that because it is, they're probably saying that it's nude because it's kind of sheer. That's the only thing that I can really think of. Then I'm gonna go back in with the brow powder palette. I'm gonna use the jet black at the bottom, and again using my Barry M brush, I'm gonna use that black because I don't have a free liner. I'm gonna wet my brush. Hopefully I can kind of finesse a liner. Kind of worked out. I'm not used to doing my eyeliner with this kind of brush, but considering it's like my first kind of time, I'm happy with how that turned out. Next, I'm gonna go with my Arbonne Mascara. I did a swap with somebody who works for Arbonne. I sent her some brushes. She sent me some Arbonne cosmetics, and this is literally one of my favorite mascaras. I'd never heard of Arbonne before, and I just love the way that this mascara just separates everything. I think it's the wand more than anything. It's the wand. It just separates those lashes. And lastly, I'm gonna go in with this highlighter, Dragon's Heart from I Heart Makeup, which is like Makeup Revolution. I managed to get this free on like a 3 for 2 kind of thing. So, and this isn't my favorite highlighter, to be fair. Not that keen on it, but I'm gonna use it. Just going in with a real light hand. Oh no. Oh no. And that's the finished look. Oh my gosh. I could have used the red or the pink to make a blush, but I'm just not going to chance it. I'm just not going to chance it. Not doing it. Overall, it's I could have done with a lip liner, most definitely. And if only I had a free concealer. Like, I've had to use my normal concealer, which I'm not mad at. But I think biggest thing, which was kind of like, ugh, I have to use this. It's like the MUA palette, because I'm just not that keen on it. There's just way too many shimmers in that palette. So it's just kind of like not feeling very inspired. But overall, I'm just happy that I'm able to take makeup off at the end of the day, because if I was stuck with this, I'd be really irritated. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.